What is up, guys? It's Kurtis from the UNITCAST, and welcome back to another video. So today we are in fact starting a new series in automation. So today we are going to be doing some sandbox creations in automation. Now, if you don't know what automation is literally what it says on the title, is a car company tycoon game. Now, this is the beta of the Unreal 4 DirectX 10 version. So some of it is a little bit buggy in its calculations. It's for the majority it's all right. Now, it is a little bit laggy, but that is because I'm trying a new setting on the recorder. I'm trying to get it a bit smoother, even though it's lagging. But anyway, I'm actually going to get into this video, and hopefully it'll work. So here we are. Let's start off. Oh god, that is loud in my ears. I'm going to turn that down. There we go. Right, so I'm not really thinking realistic in costs. I'm not going to go for the full realism of, you know, replicating it off like a pure tech inline. You know, the engines that they have inside the Peugeots, Citroens, and the some Toyotas these days, like the pure tech 1.2 litre 82 brake inline 3 turbo. I'm not going to be creating anything like that. I'm not going to create it based off real life figures. I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want. So we're going to go with a lighter engine because I plan on this engine being in a smaller car. So first of all, we're going to create what is our eco range. So we'll start off. Should we do up to 1.4, and then we'll go and see. Oh, bollocks. There we go. 1.4, and then we'll go and see if that is enough to be for us to be able to create a different variation from 1.4 down to 1 litre. Header material will go with, what is that? LSI? I need to actually research what these mean so I can actually sound like I know what I'm talking about in these videos. We'll go with VVL. That's like a form of VTI, essentially, like variable valve timing, just to give it that sporty edge for all the Honda fans. Billet steel, lightweight titanium, and we'll go with, I'm not going to try and say that word because I'm special. Oh yeah, we can take it down to a 1 litre. Yeah, right, that's good enough for me. Right, we'll set the benchmark in a 1.4. We'll go with the most emission-friendly pistons. And then these aren't measured in economy. These are just how much torque and RPM we can get out of them. And weights. Go quality plus 15, because why not? Right, compression. So as far as I understand from the old Keen engine, this is kind of like race, this is kind of like sport, this is kind of like your normal kind of, you know, just your daily high-powered engine. And then low is obviously economy engines. But obviously we get these helps. So a higher compression gets us more power, better fuel economy with a potential, and better fuel efficiency. Lower compressions gives us much lower octane, so we don't use as much fuel. So it's kind of like finding the best balance between them. So I'm going to go with a 911 compression. If anyone knows what the fucking hell that means, please leave me a comment. I can't be asked researching it. I can't be asked doing the theory behind it. Anyway, so with the VVL profile, I think I want to go to 68 because I've got a thing with it being even. Saying that, I don't think I'm going to get that even, am I? No, that's even enough for me. And then we'll leave the cam profile on 40. Fuck it, why not? We'll put VVT on there. That's variable valve time, and there you go. So I thought it might be variable valve lift. Fucking hell, Jesus! I was trying to keep this a PG video, but I cannot speak, and it annoys me. Leave me alone. Anyway, should we go with a non-turbo range just to see what the what kind of outcome we can get? Leave that. We'll go with injection, and just because all modern engines that are being built in 2017 to 2020, They're all going to have direct injection no matter how cheap they are. However, we'll go with a single and we'll go with a standard intake. So instead of having a throttle body on each cylinder, we've just got the one. That's what the difference is. See there? How we got each one? We just got the one because still trying to stick with some form of realism with a daily engine. We'll go with a regular 86 octane because I know for a fact that's what my engine uses in my car in real life. We'll go with 13. There we go. I was going to say if I can't get on 13, I'm just going to cry. We'll stick it on about 60, so that's just going across into the kind of the what is classed as, well, what used to be classed as the more sporty range. An RPM limit, we don't, it's a daily engine. We realistically, in fact, you know what? We'll stick with 5,000. If we're still getting really shit values, we'll up it. But I'll probably stick an economy turbo on it if it's shit. Right. Oh God, that's like the exhaust manifold that my first ever car had. That was a Toyota Starlet. That was an inline 4 as well. God, that exhaust manifold looked ugly. Then again, it was built in the 90s. No, I'm going off on a bit of a rant. So we'll just stick with a shortcast because that's what, in quotes, it's what's mostly used. Possibly not, but we'll say it is. And then we're going to go with the most, Jimmy Jingy. Best airflow and, wait, that's not even, oh, see, I'm sat there thinking that's a muffler. It's not, it's a bloody cat converter. So that's just, oh, I don't know actually. Oh, that's none. I'm really not with it. It's currently what? It's currently 11 o'clock. And I've been at work all day. 11 o'clock at night. I've been at work all day. And I've just got in from a night out with the missus on a date night. And I'm shattered. So, forgive me. I've just realised, like, the mufflers used to have how much noise they make, but basically they used to always be the best, the reverse flows. Not necessarily the best on airflow, but they always used to reduce the noise the best. I've not actually noticed that until now. Anyway, so we're getting 93 brake at 5,000 RPM, so that's, I'm assuming if we was to up the RPM range up to 6,000, I'd imagine we'll get about 100 to 110 brake. Exhaust, we need to open up a little bit. And now we've lost the back pressure, so we'll leave it a little bit strained. But creates back pressure, hence giving a bit of more pressure and giving us a little bit more power. So what have we got there? So we've got basically 95 brake. 135 newton meters of torque at 5,000 RPM. Performance index, not going to get into it. Cooling, not going to get into it. Smoothness, well, it's an inline 3. It's always going to be rattly in it. 53.5 and responsive. I'll tell you what, I swear I had a 10 litre V12 before that. Didn't even have that good a response. Noise is quite low. Reliability, now the higher number I do believe is good, so if 107, if it is that case, and 107, I'll go with that. Service cost low. Fuel economy 20%, not bad. It's only using 74 octane, considering, wait, what did we set it to? Wow, we're actually kind of like down there with the low quality, so that's quite good, I think. And then emissions, I'm assuming that's 22, is it? Grams of, yeah, it's like 22 grams, something like that, of emissions. I've got, my brain's just not working. 90 kilos, takes up 66 litres of room. Costs $6,000 to make. Decent, and Whatever, we don't care about that. Right, let's fire it up. Fucking hell, you really can't hear that, can you? It's just like a silent kind of hum. And for those who care, there we go. If you've never seen on the inside of an engine before, tends to be what it looks like. And for those who just want to see this, and here it is. You know, that's your mate who's just got his first car, you know, it's dead old and he's going, oh yeah mate, listen to this. Sounds like shit. I'm taking the piss because I used to do it. I'll hold my hands up, I used to do it. Right, so for a 1.4 litre, just short of 100 brake, without a turbo to be fair, isn't actually that bad. It's not the best, but it's not exactly the worst. What could we improve? Right, let's bring the graph up and let's have a look what playing around with it can do. I'm also looking at these figures over here. So if I bring that VVL profile, oh, it went up to 95 then. So cooling has gone up, but yet the fuel economy has come down. There we go. Don't think that's much. No, that's just more of the acceleration curve. Oh god, did you see that fuel economy just drop like a sack of shit then? I think the best fuel economy we're going to get is, or fuel efficiency should we say, about 20.8, just changing the cam profiles. Bring that down to 30. Take that up to 66, or we won't, we'll take it down to 64. What's compression? Oh, there you go. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now, the emission value is going to come up because we're technically burning a little bit more fuel, I think. Yeah. Probably burning a little bit more fuel. But the fuel efficiency is actually coming up as well as the power, so we just bring that up a bit. Obviously, octane is coming up with it. Now, if we stop it when it gets to 100, there, I'm happy with that. I'm happy to say that that's yeah, why not? Right, okay, so we're going to call this the Eco 3. I know, I'm just talented with names. I really am. I know. Just for reference sake, we're going to say it's NA for naturally aspirated. This is the 1.4 litre 100, which stands for 100 brake. Save that. There is literally no point between having a... In fact, I might as well delete that 1.4. We're talking 4 brake between them. And this has probably got the same... They're probably roughly about the same engines, to be perfectly honest. Oh, I know why. No, hold on. No, we'll keep it fair. We'll put this down to 5,000. That's more like it. Oh, you bastard. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit more out of that to get up to 84. There we go. So technically, remember how I said I'm not going to create that pure tech 1.2 84 brake engine? Yeah, well, I've just created it. I'm on to you, pure tech. No, I'm joking. No, they use a dual cam. We're using single cam anyway, so it doesn't really strictly work that, if I'm being honest. But even so, that's quite a good value for a 1.2, and then the 1 litre is just going to suck shit, if we're being perfectly honest. I've got a 1 litre and it's that. So these engines do obviously have a lot more potential. I could just go like that and still get the same values, but I care about my customers. Only if I did have a customers, eh? Anyway, I probably sound quite like to me. I'm actually talking quite loud, just like talking like this. But over the mic, what I found is that it does not sound like that. It just sounds like I'm a miserable sod. But honestly, I'm not. I promise. I do promise. I've got to kind of like raise my voice. The whole hyped up YouTube video. But I know why. It probably makes it a little bit more entertaining for you guys. But anyway, bring this up a little bit, create that curve, put the VVT on, because why not? To be fair, putting that VVT on does actually create a fair bit of difference. We'll go for naturally aspirated, of course, because it's the naturally aspirated fucking words. Naturally aspirated range, regular 13. Oh no, we'll go back down to 60. RPM range 5,000 because we're still keeping it fair. Dumb, short cast. 3, reverse, reverse, up, as if. Oh no, the torque's a little bit out, but that's actually quite similar to my engine. No joke. That is actually very similar to my genuine engine. My engine's a 1 litre VTI engine. I think it's what? 70 brake, I think. But it's got 135 newton meters of torque. I think, anyway. Look at that. 14,000 RPM. Can you even put the RPM up to 14,000? No, you can't. But then again, that'd kill off at 11,000 anyway. That's quite interesting. I'm quite pleased with that. Have we got any tolerance levels? No tolerances. So this is the 1 litre 70. Right. So here comes the interesting part. We just created the Eco 3. Let's create the what I like to call the VSR. So if I go inline 3. So starting, oh god, I think I went up to a 2 litre and I could go down as far as a 1.4, so that's what I'm going to try and do. Or 1.5 I'll do 1.8, 1.6 and 1.4 hopefully. We're going to go for the dual cams, we're going to go for five valves, and we can't get variable times because we've got an odd number of thingies. I don't know whether that's got anything to do with it, but shut up. Right, what's the lowest we can get it down to? There you go, we can get it down to a 1.4. Although that's not actually changed. Quality 15, of course. Right, compression. Put the compression right up there. So this is more about the power of the engine. So put that on all cams. So the cam profile have to be higher because obviously we don't have the VVL profiler. Compression can be higher because we're not really all that bothered. Now we are going to go for the turbocharger. I was going to create the other end of this and create the Eco 3 turbo range, but I think I'll leave that for a little bit because it must bore the shit out of you guys. Ooh, there's a race turbo on it. It was as well. Put performance turbo on it because we're not exactly looking for racetrack engines. That's way further down the line. Right, okay, so to explain how this all works, we need an intercooler because we have to cool down the oil that's feeding into the turbo to keep the turbo cool, because obviously that's got all the exhaust gas running through it. If you don't know how a turbo works, Google it. We're going to use ball bearing because journal bearing I don't think actually exists anymore. These modern day manufacturing ball bearings are well known for their responsiveness in the performance industry. I say journal bearing doesn't exist. It probably does in the economy. In the economy turbos. But hey ho. I'm going to leave the turbo stock for now because it is only a performance, kind of like your GTI kind of engine. We're not going for a mad Ferrari type shit anyway. direct injection. We're going to still stick with that single configuration because it's still an inline 3. It doesn't, having 3 cylinders, it's not going to get benefited from having a per cylinder. Yeah, it'll increase the horsepower a lot, but it's pointless. We'll go for premium. So you can tell already compared to that performance. We've got the nice colours. I hope we get the option to start changing these colours at some point as well. Right, we'll go for a nice 12. Put it 1 whole decimal point up. Yeah. I'm special. I know. Ignition time up to 80, so that's the top end of the sporty range. Getting borderline into the race range, and we're going to go for a 8,000 RPM to begin with. I will probably up that because I know for a fact these engines can rev the tits off. Then again, this is a 2 litre, so I'm hoping this is going to have quite a kick to it. Just going to open up the exhaust just to see if it's working again. We're still going to put all the cooling. Fucking hell, what am I talking about? There you go, 33 brake horsepower. There you go, done. No, we're going to put the mufflers on it. What was I doing putting that up? To be fair, I didn't actually think I was going to put the turbo on at first, but I have. So I should have left the compression down low. But anyway, that's that sorted, and there you go. 327 brake on a 367 newton meters of torque. Quite high range, but you can see here. You can see here where the turbo spools, and then you've got a bit of latency. This is where the turbo stops becoming effective, and the higher end RPM of the engine just drops off on the torque side of things. Anyway, what was I doing then? That was it. Oh right, okay. So we've got a couple of issues. How on the? Oh, I know why. Because we're still using that's now. If I was to put per cylinder on, that per must have been really emphasized in the mic. Then I do apologize. So that intake, if I was to put that the per cylinder on, then that would just completely go, and we'd be able to do whatever we want, more or less. Because I'm keeping the single. I'll show you. Oh god, where's that gone? There. Because we're only keeping the single throttle body, it's not. Yeah, it's worse. Anyway. Intercooler. It's not got ooh. See, that's just. $335. Nah, don't need it. Keep his air-to-air medium. It's not a massive issue just because it's not all 100%. Doesn't mean it's not going to work. It's not going to kill the engine more. Yeah, it's going to put a little bit of strain on it, but we're literally talking minute strain. Exhaust. Have we got a back pressure on the exhaust? Oh, bloody hell, we have as well. There you go. There's that 135 anyway. We'll call it 340. Put the quality up. That'll probably go up there. Yeah, there you go. Right, so here you can see that the turbine is actually being stressed. Now, turbine being under stress means it's getting a fair bit of power out of it. Oh, bloody hell. The size of the exhaust. Surely that's... Nah, I'm not having that. A 140 mil. Someone's having me right off here. You know what? We'll stick 325. There you go. I was gonna say that turbo's fucking turbo. The exhaust is huge. My God. Anyway, right. Should we see what it sounds like? Still fucking quiet. Right. Mufflers are coming off. Just hear it as a raw downpipe. God, that's really emphasised that, isn't it? Alright, here you go. Put the turbo on. Because now we can watch the exhaust manifold go below there. Did you like my impression of like the gear change? I was quite proud of that. I'm honestly joking. Oh, shit. Might as well put it on the test track if that were the case. Right, okay, so one thing that I just want to quickly point out is on here we've got max boost set to 13.6 psi, which is, you know, it's 9 psi is quite a lot, to be fair. The reason why that's not 13 and it was only reaching, what, should we see on the gauge? It says, see, the graph and that test thing then does not match up at all. The gauges on the here, they don't match up. Watch this. Right, this says 13 psi, right? So if it was 13 psi, that dial will reach around about there. Let's see where it gets to. So apparently that is 13 psi. To me, that looks a little bit more like 4. And what's going on here as well? Look. Apparently this is something like something says dodgy to me. I believe the graph because they spend a lot of time on the graph, whereas these dials I don't think are working properly yet. So I'm going to take the graph's sake of it. So I think, you know, it could be they just conflict with each other if I'm being perfectly honest. However, that's a good engine. 300 brake. That's really good actually. Right, the VSR 3 again. VSR engine range, and I'm putting the 3 there because it's an inline 3. This is the 2 litre. Wow, did I actually just do that? The 2 litre 228. I'll say that this is the. So, you know, we can do turbo variant. We can do the turbos as variants, can't we? Yeah, I'll say that this is the turbo, and I'll go back in the eco range in a bit. Right, so there's that one. If you just bear with me for 2 seconds. There we go. Right. That was the 2 litre edition. I think I want to go straight and do the 1.6 now, because I'm aware that this video is kind of dragged on a little bit. Right, so why do I always go for this one first as well? I prefer the shorter stroke, purely because you can see what the shorter stroke gets you. Better smoothness, higher RPM, somewhat lighter engine. Somewhat lighter engine means it may not make a difference. It may or may not. And there you go. Reducing the bore size doesn't really do much. This just ensures that the RPM range isn't going to go crazy. So I always bring this as far down as possible. So there you go. We've got the 1.7 litre there. Bring it right down. So now I've obviously got to bring the bore down. I think, does the engine? Oh no, the engine won't shrink, will it? No, that's because in this setting we've got it set to 2 litre, and it's just how much the. Hold on, I'll show you. Let me get rid of those valve trains. Wait, what? How? I just took them off for a good reason as well. There you go. So in real life, to my understanding anyway, is by us changing this changes how much they, you know, the cylinder walls, how much they they take off, so to speak. So that's how I understand it anyway. Right, there we go. Right, we can continue now. Now that I've had that little lesson. This is going to be right. I'm going to leave that where it is. Bring this back up to 80. VVT all cams. Again, turbocharger. This is probably going to be similar kind of. Turbo 13.6 again. Injection direct single performance. Now you'll see that this box doesn't change because that's only directly feeding into the turbo. They do have plans to change this, so if it's a race or a performance, it does change between the standards, like it does if it's just a naturally aspirated engine. But for now, it only changes that. Anyway, wait, did I not put? I thought I didn't. There you go. There is the intercooler. Oh, wait, what was I talking about earlier? Sorry, before I was saying that this pipe feeds back into the intercooler to cool the oil. I'm not wrong. Just in this case, it's not the oil. That's the air getting taken out of the turbo housing, going through the intercooler and then going into the oh, I feel so stupid right now. I'm just gonna be quiet and move on. Blah 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 blah. Premium. Can't believe that. It's talking bollocks. I mean, most of you would be used to that because that's just my thing. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Round that up. Oh, what? Oh well, that's just awkward. I've hit 90 mil. Oh, I didn't put the mufflers back on, did I? Oh, you bugger. I'll leave it. There you go. See, you can see the difference in it already. So I've done pretty much the same settings. I've done the same stats as what I did the 2 litre, and literally the only thing that has changed at this point is the engine capacity. So I've gone from a 2 litre to a 1.6, and in that we've lost a full 100 brake horsepower. Crazy, I know. Wait until we take it down to a 1.4. I think it's really going to start shitting when we do that. Anyway, just out of curiosity, again, I don't think there's much difference in sound at this such small capacity. I think you've got to be like you've got to have a real ear for it. There are definitely sound differences between like a 2 litre and a 1.6, obviously, because there's more fuel being burnt, which means bigger explosion, more sound. Get the general idea? Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is the 1.6 litre. Oh god, what is it? 251. I will rename them if I've named them wrong. Come out. Yeah, there we go. I've named them right. And finally, for this video, billet steel, lightweight titanium, lightweight forge. Bish. Bash. Bosh. There we go. Just leave it like that. Right, what did I set this to before? Oh god, oh shit, I should have left that alone, should I? Okay, leave it on 10. That's the point, actually. I've just realised something. This video will more than likely come out after the first group video. So if you're a regular around here, then the group video's live. It went live on Wednesday. Yeah, it did. It went live on Wednesday. And today's Friday. Actually, no. Funny enough, I recorded this in a week in advance. How about that? So you're watching this on the Friday. So think about this. A week ago today, I recorded this. Hey. I talk about some shit sometimes. Yeah, so the group video, I'm not going to say what it is just in case this does, just in case this does come out beforehand. However, what I can say is it was fucking hilarious. To us, at least, it was really funny. I'll tell you what. I suppose I can tell you it's in Minecraft. We're doing one of those series where when you die, you're dead out of the series. Now, I'm not going to spoil what happens, but it is funny. It really was funny. I had a bit of a headache after recording that. Because actually getting to recording, we spent an hour pissing about, literally. So that was entertaining for us, to say the least. So if you're watching this video now, once we've created this engine, go over there and have a look at the full group stream. It really is funny. And obviously, I'm not just going to promote the group stream. Please go and check out everyone else's videos. They may not be your style, but just even if you can give them general feedback, because obviously this is my video, this is my genre of gaming. They all have their own. Like the other three have their own genres, and well, you know, we're all doing our own separate things. You know, just try and give us a bit of love. That's all I ask. A little bit of love, a little bit of feedback. Probably don't need a big one on this, do we? Reverse throw. You know what? There's actually not much. I suppose it's not as big a step down from like 2 litre to 1.6. It's obviously 0.4 of a litre. From a 0.6 to a 0.4 is only 0.2. I hope I said that right. In my head, I said it right. So shut up. Right. That sounds like shit. Just take the second muffler off, shall we? There we go. That sounds a lot better. So there we have it. So this is the 1.4 litre. We've lost 10 brake. That's quite funny. 241 turbo. Trouble. There you go. Trouble. It's like Flublord. That's a thing as well. Oh god, there's an old video reference for those who've been around for the full existence of this channel, actually. So, here is exactly what we've done today in this episode. I do believe this has been quite a long episode, actually. Might cut it down for you, I don't know. So, Eco naturally aspirated inline 3 range. Oh god, they're attractive. So we've used a single cam. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to cover everything that we put in them, but you all know anyway, because you've just watched it. So we've got the 1 litre 70 brake, we've got the 1.284 brake, and we've got the 1.4 100 brake. Now bear in mind that these are naturally aspirated. They will go up about 20 brake each when we put the economy turbos on like the next set of ranges. And then we've created the sporty engines, so we've gone from a 1.4 to a 2 litre. I will more than likely do the 1.8 off camera and catch you up next video. So we've done the 1.6, the 1.4 and the 2. So at the minute our highest rated VSR 3 range is the 2 litre turbo, standing in at 328 brake. So that is good all around. That's just shy of 330 brake, and that's just shy of 380 newton meters of torque. And out of a 3-cylinder as well. Come on, a dual cam 3-cylinder, 5 valve per cylinders. 50. Is that 15 cylinder? I'm not being special, I promise. Yeah, it's 15 cylinder. Back when a 16 a 16 valve Renault Clio was a thing as well. I mean, they made a big fuss out of that. Oh, we have 16 valves. Yeah, well, I've got 1 less cylinder than you and 1 less valve, literally. But well and truly higher fuel economy. Maybe in the real world, maybe not in my series of engines. Maybe not. There we go. So this is the car that we're going to be designing next time. Fucking hell, this looks shit. Look at this. Oh, there's not much you can really do with this, is there? You can make it slightly longer. Oh, look at that. Oh no, peace out. Can we make a really funny front bumper? Oh, we can round it off. Are you serious? Is that all we can do? Can we make it? Yeah, there we go. Give it a bit more masculine look, if you can even make this. Oh, there. Oh. What about if we pull it fully up? Ah, fair enough. Still looks like shit. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. So, next video is going to be this contraption. Hold on, please. Yes. Promise, I'm not going to do it in pink. I'll probably do it in blue. We're going to be putting those engines inside these cars, so therefore we will be doing we'll just do this model for the eco range, and I will go and find myself a very nice looking, I don't know actually. Probably what's classed as a sedan. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave us a like, comment and subscribe, especially if you're new and you're liking what you're seeing. Just go on and tickle the like button. No, don't tickle the button, just press it. If you want to turn notifications on, then turn notifications on. That is how you know when we've uploaded and when we go live, because you'll get the notifications in an instant. Believe me, I know. I'm obviously I'm a moderator for my own channel, or our own channel, so I get the notifications when I press live, like instantly. It's epic. Technology, I know. It's great, I know. But yeah, guys, leave us a bit of feedback, and obviously the likes tell me whether you're liking this video or not. And obviously we are on the road to 100 subs now for people coming in off big channels. To us, that's a lot. It's taken us a long time to get to 70, and we're pushing for 100. Please help us get us to 100, and that's our first big milestone completed, and we'll love you forever. Anyway, I'm going. See you next video.